So I was doing some research for an upcoming video of mine, and I happened to come across this video posted recently by the Golden State Warriors of Steph Curry nailing 103 three-pointers in a row in about 5 minutes. My first thought was, that's a lot of three-pointers to be hitting in a row, but I'm not really that surprised not because it's not that amazing, but because it's Steph Curry, and I've seen him hit a ton of threes in a row before, and we all know his shot is incredible. Anyhow, before I get off topic, I just wanted to point out a few things about his shot. The first thing that really sticks out to me is how seamless his shot is. There's no hiccups, there's no glitches, no minor awkward movements. The whole shot itself is designed for maximum efficiency. You don't see Curry exerting much effort to hit this baseline shot, despite it being from behind the NBA arc. Another thing that pops into my head is the consistency of Curry's shot. We could go anywhere in this clip, press play, and his shot is going to look exactly the same. Can you say that about your own shot? I know I can't with mine, even if I were to take the same shot over and over like Curry is here. Maybe when I was younger, maybe. But I know now, because I'm out of practice, I'm going to get the occasional hiccup, or the flick of my wrist is going to be slightly different, or my legs aren't going to do the same thing, which is why I'd never be able to hit 103 three-pointers in a row like Curry does here, because my shot doesn't have the same consistency. Shooting the three-pointer for Curry is the same for him as it is for many of us shooting our free throw. It's the exact same shot, and that's really the way it should be. You should be able to take your shot and have it look relatively the same no matter where you're shooting it from. And I see a lot of players who have to alter their shot the farther they get away from the hoop. And in and of itself, there's nothing really wrong with this. In fact, we probably could find a number of NBA players who do this. And depending on the situation, sometimes you do have to alter your shot, right? But it's just the more we alter our shot, depending on how far we are from the hoop, or how we're catching the ball, or maybe we're coming off a screen or whatever, the more we do this, the more we're having to practice a number of different shot forms instead of mastering one shot form that works everywhere. So we're really decreasing our efficiency when it comes to how we practice if this is what we have to do. Something else I noticed in this clip is the little jig Curry does before he receives the ball. Check it out. Look at his feet. He does this little jig, and we know he does this to make sure he's getting his feet exactly where he wants them before he shoots. This is really a ritualistic foot movement, and I bet if we asked Curry to mix it up, say by reversing the movement, he wouldn't make as many as he does, because his foot routine is essential to the success of his shot. So what about you? What's your foot routine? Do you have one? What do your feet look like before you shoot, before you catch the ball? Have you filmed yourself to see what your feet do? The last thing I want to point out in this video is perhaps the most important thing for Curry. This video obviously demonstrates his phenomenal shot. For Curry, it's not a matter of can he make the bucket, because he just made 103 threes in a row. That's kind of a silly question at this point. It's really a matter of how does he get himself to this position before he shoots in the game? Because obviously many of his three-pointers aren't going to be receiving a pass from the left while he is wide open on the baseline. A lot of times he's coming off the dribble or coming off the screen. So the next step for him, or for any player who's comfortable making a lot of shots in a row, is how do we get to this position in the game? How do we come off the dribble, or come off a fast crossover, or come off the screen and get ourselves exactly to the position that we want to be before we shoot? Because if we can do that and we can shoot like Curry is here, then we're going to be amazing shooters. So the progression from a shooting drill like this to an actual game situation is to then up the ante and figure out why your shot changes, why your footwork changes, why your body changes, why your release changes after maybe coming off a hard screen from the post and receiving the ball beyond the arc, or after crossing up your defender and then pulling up for your jumper. When you do all these things, does your shot still look the same? If not, how do you get it there? What little changes do you need to make sure your shot looks exactly the same as it did when you were shooting like Curry is here?
One.